Hi, I'm Craig Rowland, founder of Sandfly Security. Today, I'm going to tell you why you should not use cryptographic hashes to look for Linux malware. Basically, it's very common in the industry to use cryptographic hashes to identify malware. On Linux, it works very, very poorly. It's completely unsuited for the task. As you can tell, I really dislike using hashes for detecting Linux malware. And the reason for that basically is because cryptographic hashes are really great at telling you if a file that you don't want changed has changed. So, for instance, a document you don't want changed or a binary you don't want changed. For that, they're great. But malware wants to change. And for this, cryptographic hashes are completely unsuited for the job because the minute a single bit changes in that binary, what you're looking for is suddenly never going to be matched by looking for cryptographic hashes. Unfortunately, a lot of threat intel reports that people read, the indicators of compromise, are typically going to give you hashes of files that you should look for. I consider these more marketing than actual useful threat intelligence. So I'm going to run through a very quick demo to show you why you shouldn't do it. Below here on my terminal screen, I have a basic Linux system. I'm going to copy the ls command to this directory here. I'm going to call ls.test. And you can see right here at .ls.test. If I run it, it runs exactly like the ls command. I can now run my SHA-1 sum on the bin ls command for the main system. And I'm going to run the SHA-1 sum command for .ls.test. And you can see here, they're exactly the same. You know, the last bits here, you could see these are exactly the same. These hashes are identical. This is exactly as you'd expect. Let's say this is the malware you're looking for. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is on a Linux system to make that malware completely different. We're going to use the echo command, NE, and X0. Basically, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to insert a null into that ls.test command. And now at this point, that ls.test command still works, as we show here, but the SHA-1 sum is completely different. So you can see up here, it ended in F05B5. Here, it's now BBE60. It's trivial to change Linux malware. And the Linux malware, a lot of it being open source, it wants to change. It doesn't have to even be a null as I've done here. I can actually echo in the command. You know, I could put in Sandfly. I could put it in as a string and it's still going to run. So here I can run ls-test again. And you can see it still runs. If I run the strings command on that ls-test binary, you can actually see here at the bottom, I actually inserted this data at the very end of the file as an append. But again, the SHA-1 hash changes completely on it. There's the SHA-1 sum again for the ls.test. And here it is again for the original SHA-1 of the bin ls command. You can see it's trivially easy to change a hash on Linux. Please don't use them to hunt for malware. Our product can do it if customers really demand it. And there might be some cases for very mundane, low-level malware where you're going to find it. But for advanced malware or for intruders that are really serious about coming into your network, they're going to recompile their packages all the time in order to evade this type of detection. It's not going to work. I highly encourage you to move away from this notion of using hashes to find malware, especially on Linux. You should be hunting for tactics instead. So if you're using hashes, please stop. They don't work very well. Hunt for your tactics instead. You'll have a much better time doing your threat hunting. So I'm Craig Rowland from Sandfly Security. Thanks again for watching the video. Stay away from the hashes. Check out my channel for other videos that you can see. And comment below if you have anything to say. Thanks. Bye.